If you're health curious, you need to hear this. Whether you're someone who's just started reading nutrition labels, or you're a seasoned health enthusiast who's always on the lookout for the next big thing in wellness, the world of sugar alternatives is one you can't ignore. Every day, more and more people are questioning what goes into their bodies, and sugar is often at the top of the list. We all know that too much sugar isn't great for us, but what about the substitutes that promise all the sweetness with none of the guilt? Are they really the answer to our cravings, or is there more to the story? Sugar substitutes sound like a sweet deal, right? Imagine this, you're at your favorite cafe staring at the little packets on the table. On one side there's the familiar white sugar, and on the other, a rainbow of sweetener packets, pink, blue, yellow, green. Each one claims to be better for you, to help you cut calories, to let you enjoy your coffee or tea without the dreaded sugar crash. It's tempting to reach for the alternative, thinking you're making a healthier choice. But is it really that simple? Let's dig deeper. But what's the real scoop? The truth is, the world of sugar substitutes is a lot more complicated than it seems. Walk down any grocery store aisle, and you'll see dozens of products boasting sugar-free or no added sugar. Flip over the package and you'll find a list of ingredients that might sound more like a chemistry experiment than something you'd want to eat. From aspartame to sucralose, stevia to monk fruit, the options are endless, and so are the questions. Are these alternatives actually better for you, or are they just another marketing trick? Artificial sweeteners like aspartame and sucralose promise 0 calories. That's their big selling point. You can have your cake and eat it too, literally, without worrying about the extra calories that come with sugar. For people trying to lose weight, manage diabetes, or just cut back on sugar, this sounds like a dream come true. But let's pause for a moment. Just because something has 0 calories doesn't automatically make it healthy. In fact, the story behind these sweeteners is a lot more complex than the marketing would have you believe. But guess what? Some studies show they can mess with your gut bacteria. Yep, your belly's BFFs. Your gut is home to trillions of bacteria that play a crucial role in everything from digestion to immune function to even your mood. When you consume artificial sweeteners, research suggests that they can disrupt the delicate balance of these microbes. This can lead to a range of issues, from bloating and discomfort to more serious long-term health problems. Some scientists believe that changes in gut bacteria could even affect how your body processes glucose, potentially increasing your risk for metabolic issues down the line. So, while you might be skipping the sugar, you could be trading one problem for another. And while you might dodge sugar crashes, people who use lots of sweeteners sometimes end up craving even more sweets. Crazy, right? It turns out that our brains are wired to respond to sweetness, whether it comes from sugar or a substitute. When you eat something sweet, your brain expects a certain amount of energy, or calories, to follow. But when you use artificial sweeteners, you get the sweet taste without the calories. This can confuse your brain and actually make you crave more sweets, leading to a cycle of constant snacking and dissatisfaction. Some studies have even found that people who regularly consume diet sodas or sugar-free desserts end up eating more overall, not less. So, the promise of guilt-free indulgence might not be as straightforward as it seems. And get this, stevia and monk fruit seem more natural, but experts say we still don't know their long-term effects. These plant-based sweeteners have exploded in popularity in recent years, with many people seeing them as a healthier alternative to artificial options. Stevia comes from the leaves of a South American plant, while monk fruit is derived from a small melon native to China. Both are marketed as natural and safe, but the reality is that we simply don't have enough long-term research to know how they affect our bodies over decades of use. Some early studies suggest they may be less disruptive to gut bacteria than artificial sweeteners, but the jury is still out. And just because something is natural doesn't automatically mean it's good for you. After all, arsenic is natural too. Translation: the jury's out on whether any sugar swap is a total win. The science is still evolving, and what we know today could change as more research comes in. For now, most health experts agree that moderation is key. Using a little bit of sugar or a sugar substitute every now and then probably won't hurt you, but relying on them as a daily crutch might not be the best idea. It's also important to remember that everyone's body is different. What works for one person might not work for another, and the only way to know for sure is to pay attention to how you feel. Bottom line, if you want real health gains, stick to water, whole fruit, and keeping things balanced. Water is the ultimate drink for hydration, and it comes with 0 calories, 0 additives, and 0 confusion. Whole fruits provide natural sweetness along with fiber, vitamins, and minerals that your body needs. When you eat an apple or a handful of berries, you're not just satisfying your sweet tooth, you're also giving your body a boost of nutrition. And when it comes to meals, focus on balance. Include a variety of foods from all the food groups, and don't be afraid to enjoy a little sweetness now and then. The key is to make it part of an overall healthy lifestyle, not the main event. Don't let sugar-free fool you. Sometimes there's more to the story than the label. Food companies are experts at marketing, and they know that words like sugar-free, no added sugar, and diet catch our attention. But just because a product doesn't contain sugar doesn't mean it's healthy. Many sugar-free foods are highly processed and can contain other ingredients that aren't great for you, like unhealthy fats, artificial flavors, and preservatives. Plus, some sugar substitutes can have a laxative effect if you eat too much, leading to digestive discomfort. Always read the ingredient list and nutrition facts, and don't be afraid to ask questions or do your own research. Stay smart, snack wisely, and keep your sweet tooth in check. Remember, you don't have to give up sweetness altogether to be healthy. It's all about making informed choices and finding what works best for you. Try swapping out sugary snacks for naturally sweet options like fruit, yogurt, or a small piece of dark chocolate. If you do use sugar substitutes, use them in moderation, and pay attention to how they make you feel. And most importantly, don't let the latest health trends or marketing buzzwords dictate your choices. Listen to your body, trust your instincts, and enjoy the journey to better health, one sweet step at a time. Additional expansion. Let's take a closer look at some of the most common sugar substitutes you'll find on the market today. First up, aspartame. This artificial sweetener has been around since the 1980s and is found in everything from diet sodas to sugar-free gum. It's about 200 times sweeter than sugar, so you only need a tiny amount to get the same level of sweetness. While it's been approved by food safety authorities around the world, aspartame has also been the subject of controversy. Some people report headaches or other side effects after consuming it, and there have been concerns about its safety for people with certain health conditions, like phenylketonuria, PKU. However, most studies have found that aspartame is safe for the general population when consumed within recommended limits. Next, let's talk about sucralose, better known by its brand name, Splenda. Sucralose is made by modifying sugar molecules so that your body can't digest them, which means it passes through your system without adding any calories. It's heat stable, so you can use it in baking and cooking, which makes it a popular choice for people who want to cut back on sugar in their favorite recipes. However, some research suggests that sucralose may also affect gut bacteria and could have other unintended effects on metabolism. As with aspartame, the key is moderation. Now let's shift gears to the so-called natural sweeteners, stevia and monk fruit. Stevia is extracted from the leaves of the Stevia rebaudiana plant and has been used for centuries in South America. It's incredibly sweet, up to 300 times sweeter than sugar, but has a slightly bitter aftertaste that not everyone loves. Monk fruit, on the other hand, comes from a small green melon grown in Southeast Asia. It's also much sweeter than sugar and has a more neutral taste. Both stevia and monk fruit are considered safe by most health authorities, but as we mentioned earlier, there's still a lot we don't know about their long-term effects. There are also sugar alcohols like xylitol, erythritol, and sorbitol. These are found naturally in some fruits and vegetables but are usually manufactured for use in foods. Sugar alcohols have fewer calories than sugar and don't cause the same spike in blood sugar, which makes them popular in products for people with diabetes. However, they can cause digestive issues like gas, bloating, and diarrhea if you eat too much. So, if you're sensitive to these effects, it's best to use them sparingly. With all these options, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. The best advice? Focus on whole, minimally processed foods as much as possible. Use sugar and its substitutes as occasional treats, not everyday staples. And remember, your health is about more than just what you eat. It's about how you live, move, and feel every day. So the next time you're faced with a choice between sugar and a sugar substitute, take a moment to think about what you really want. Is it the taste, the experience, or just the habit? Sometimes a glass of water or a piece of fruit is all you need to satisfy your craving. Other times it's okay to enjoy a little sweetness. Just make sure it's part of a balanced, mindful approach to eating. In the end, there's no one-size-fits-all answer. The best choice is the one that fits your lifestyle, your health goals, and your personal preferences. Stay curious, stay informed, and keep making choices that help you feel your best. That's the real sweet spot.